When was the first time I shaved? I remember using my mother's razor at 10 years old to shave my armpit hair since the people at school were talking about it. I remember the boys a year older than me on the bus talk about how disgusting it was that a girl had hair under her arms. I remember not shaving right, having blood dripping down my body. By the age of 12, my mom decided I better start to do laser hair removal for the hair on my upper lip, since she thought kids at school would make fun of me for it. I'm Greek, so I have dark hair. I fought her for days, telling her I didn't want to, but she made me go since she told me I would thank her later. Let me cut to the chase and tell you I do not thank her later. I know it was motherly love, and she had the best intention for why she made me, but I wish I was given the option myself. In the past year, I have learned to accept the hair that grows out of my body and let it grow. It took some time to get over the looming thoughts of others' opinions, so I've gone between shaving and not shaving a couple of times. After years of shaving, it was strange initially to have hair in places deemed unstandard by our culture. I feel solstice in places like Instagram and social media in general, since women there are able to normalize body hair like the woman in these pictures. Each of them has shown body hair on women does not have to be embarrassing or gross. Unlike these women, 3 boys in a video I am about to show you have the opposite view on female body hair. Nash Greer and his friends released a video in 2014 that affected my opinion on this issue called What Guys Look For in Girls. They honestly made me feel bad about myself when I was 14. Their opinion seems common in our culture.
What's up? I'm here with Cameron Dallas and JC Cannon and JC's dog Wishbone. And today we're going to talk about
girls. Talking about girls.
We're talking about
what we find attractive
in girls.
So
that's what we're gonna do.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to be like one image or be like this. Like be yourself.
Yeah. Wait.
Yo.
No. Hygiene.
Shave. Brush your teeth. Arm shave. This stuff when you have a little peach fuzz and like we're making out.
No, not even making out when the light's just like shining on. I can see.
Or arm hair, just wax, shave.
Yeah.
That's the worst when there's hair. It's terrible.
No, don't do it.
No natural look.
A natural look. I like natural.
Get natural hair.
It's just natural.
A little bit of makeup if you want it, but
yeah, don't overdo it with makeup. To be honest, a lot of girls look a lot better without makeup.
First, they talk about the natural look, but then they shame body hair. They said to be yourself, but then they set standards to meet. Going back to the woman I was talking about before on Instagram, some of them made a video called Dispelling Beauty Myths. Paired with a YouTube channel called Style Like You, these women talk about their own relationship with body hair.
There was a point where I was literally shaving like here down.
I was shaving everything. My legs, my arms, my stomach hair. And I wouldn't even shave my back in the shower. I would have to shave it in the sink because I had to look and make sure there were no patches, because if I had patches, that means people would know I was shaving, but I couldn't let people know I was shaving. I needed to show people that I was born without body hair.
There was like a moment that I was like laying in bed and looking at my legs and was like, oh, I kind of want to shave right now just to feel like a bit more sensual. And then I was like, why do I think that having no hair on my legs would make me more sensual? When in reality, like, this is my most natural, like, most sensual form that I could possibly ever be in.
Now, this is just the trailer of a 9-minute video, but I hope you got the idea that shaving has caused issues in these women's lives. In the longer version of the video, Monica Hernandez says something that speaks to why many women stop shaving. It just got to the point where I feel like if you do something that is so impractical long enough, it's just like, why am I doing this? Why do we shave as women? How did it begin? The history of female body hair is scarce. And by scarce, I mean I read all the literature on the topic in under an hour. Before the Renaissance, women shaved for cleanliness due to issues like lice, but during the Renaissance, women began to shave for the aesthetic. During this time, it became an issue of class and deemed as uncivilized for women to have pubic hair. As time went on and advertising expanded, shaving became societally normal as razor companies spread propaganda to make women who didn't shave feel bad. This ad plays into the fact that supposedly, with hair under your arms, it should be embarrassing. This time was also marked by the fact that class distinctions made women shave. Rebecca Herzig, a professor in gender and sexuality studies, wrote, "Body hair became disgusting to middle-class American women. Its removal a way to separate oneself from cruder people, lower class, and immigrant. Today it is expected that women shave. In ads, the women in them reshave an already shaven leg, since body hair on women is so taboo. But does it make sense for the modern woman to shave? If we are thinking economically, it does not make sense. Women spend an average of $10,207 in their lifetime shaving, and in upwards of 54 days, according to the United Press International. Those 54 days could have been spent working, reading, or doing anything else. Environmentally, it does not make sense. According to the New York Times, over 2 billion razors get thrown away each year, and this does not even account for the waste created by shaving cream bottles. And if you are worried about health, shaving does not make sense since hair creates a barrier to friction. A study done by BMJ Global Health Journal reports that with more pubic hair, there is a lesser chance of STIs. But even if it's better for women's health, wallet, time, the environment, the bottom line is most people today like the way it looks, the way it feels. In a survey of this class, I asked, does body hair affect the way you see a woman's attractiveness? The majority of the class said yes, although the survey is not perfect since half the class responded, but that may tell you how our community feels about it. And to be completely honest, when I was creating this talk, I knew if I did not find attractive women with body hair, people would not listen. Even if you are not listening, I hope that seeing more women with body hair will change your next reaction to a woman with body hair if it was going to be negative. What I have to say to the fact that it is not necessarily attractive to the majority of people is that the ideal body changes. Styles change, trends change. There is no reason why body hair cannot become normal. The culture that has put these ideals into our head can change. We can be the ones to change it. The size of our eyebrows and the shape of our bodies has changed throughout time. Why can't what is normal hair on a woman's body change too? When considering normalizing hair, there are some areas hair grows that are more criticized than others. While Miley Cyrus feels free to show off her dyed armpit hair, other women feel like they cannot, since they do not have thin, light hair on their legs or armpits. Panis Croatsy, a blogger, comments, "Is there any surprise when the entire focus of this whole hair is rad movement is on legs and pits when many women of color have visible hair growth on their chest, toes, upper lip, chin, around their belly button? If we're going to normalize body hair, it should be everywhere." What I want to say to sum up how I feel about female body hair is that it is normal and natural. Women deserve the opportunity to decide whether they want to shave or not. So next time you see a woman with body hair, I hope you will have the same response we do when men have body hair.